So I promised myself today I'd take a day off, and anyone of you who tuned in earlier this morning knew I blew through that promise to myself in the first 30 minutes. But I had to do something, and I succeeded the rest of the day achieving nothing. And then what is it? It's 8 o'clock. I'm already in my pajamas. Do you know how hard it is to do nothing? I know some people can play video games and look at porn all day. I can't. So I started going through my to-do list. I'm like, I could bang a little bit out. I could do something on the to-do list. And I was like, oh crap, I forgot to let everyone know that the class is open. So my notorious, would we call it? Infamous, I think that's a better word. My infamous minimalism course, Achieving Minimalism, is now open for enrollment on Teachable. You can go to Teachable or just Google, search Teachable, Achieving Minimalism. I guess if you want to add in Clary, you can find it. The link is down below. But if you want to do it the really fancy way, search for my school, because Teachable makes you name a school when you set up an account. I named mine very, very humbly, the Clary School of Economic Philosophy. And now I have two classes. There's the Achieving Financial Excellence, which is a much shorter introductory type of course. That's always open. But the Achieving Minimalism one, I limit enrollment to that because I don't want to deal with the managerial headache. But that is open. That'll be open for enrollment until the very last second of February 25th. And it will be closed the very first second of February the 26th. It is $450. It is going to be more than $450 because you have to pay state income tax, because socialists and leftists just love to put sales tax. So somewhere around, I used to charge $500, then it was like $5. Why is it more than $500? I'm like, oh, sales tax. So I lowered it down to $450. And that's about it. For those of you who are regular listeners, you probably don't need it. I'm going to do a video on the economics of pricing education. I think I'm going to call it the economics of pricing grifting. I think that'd be a more catchy title. But for those of you who have consumed all this material, you've been around for years, or you've read a ton of books, you don't need it. If you read Bachelor Economics, not Curse of the High IQ, Poor Richard's Retirement, Worthless, you got like 75% of it. You got them, or if you've been tuning into me, so you don't need it. Regular people don't need it. If you're new, and that's what I'm really trying to do with these Teachable classes, is reach the normal people out there, the normal people who don't tune into right-wing radical libertarian economics podcasts, people like who are having trouble with their spending, people who have like a spending problem. And just like cigarettes and booze and drugs and food, it's the same addictive personality that makes you spend more. And I know why that is, and no one talks about it. And that's why I think my product, frankly, is the best one on the planet. To get you, because everybody, oh, spend less than you make. Yeah, well, tell someone to quit smoking cigarettes. Tell an alcoholic never to have a drink again. How do you quit drinking? Just don't drink anymore. Yeah, tell somebody that to see how that works with an alcoholic. So that's the deep dive. And of course, I miss them. I don't know where they went. There was always the herkadurkaders. $450 for a class on minimalism. The irony. It's like, yeah, okay. All right. Well, do you want to be poor when you're 65 and I'm on a do you here's the question. Do you want Social Security to be your only source of income when you're 70 years old? And you're probably not going to be able to buy anything with it due to inflation. You don't want to be a boomer. Oh, maybe you ought to get your finances squared away. And if you have spending problems, 80% of Americans do, how about instead of spending 75 grand on a worthless master's degree or 65 grand on a brand new Ford F-150, how about you drop the $500 to get your financial act together and get your spending under control? So there you go. So that's for the new people. That's for, I guess, regular readers who just, I don't know, you need another aspect. Here's another way you could look at it. You toss $500 into it. Well, now you're invested, huh? Now you got some skin in the game. I spent the $500. I better make it count. It's a psychological thing. I won't deny that. But was it Freud? I don't really like Freud all that much. But I think it was him who came up like, no one values something unless they are forced to pay a price. And so I don't know. Is it worth investing $500 in yourself? Of which I only get like maybe $375 because there's sales tax, and then Teachable's got to take a cut. So there you go. Link is down below. It's open till the very last second of February the 25th. I'll make that Pacific time because I'll be on Pacific time at that time. And that's it. Oh, and by the way, if you think this is dude bro, really dude bro, maybe you should get an MBA. How's that sales job coming along? And your lease payments on your Beamer. You're doing all fine. You don't need this. No, go ahead. All right. See you guys later. Toodles.